Good morning. On behalf of all of my colleagues at Ware, I'd like to introduce you to or welcome you to the second edition of Q2B Paris. We're bigger this year, we have more content this year, so thanks a lot for the continued support. First and most importantly, Q2B Paris is a joint venture between BPI France and Ware. We're really grateful for this partnership. So all of the last 6 months, 6 to 9 months, all the organization, preparation of content, we all did that really seamlessly together. So this is going to be an enduring partnership, and once again, we want to thank BPI. Really quickly, most conferences do not necessarily have a mission, but we do. When we started Q2B back in 2017, we thought the biggest unanswered question around quantum technologies is, what are these devices, these machines good for? And we thought the best way to come up with that answer to help accelerate that is to put the users, the eventual future users of all these technologies, and the makers of these technologies in the same room, and figuratively speaking, lock them in a hotel room for 2 days. And so that's what we're doing here in Paris. Of course, we also do that in Tokyo and Silicon Valley on an annual basis. One of the changes between 2017 and today is that back then, all we had to work with in terms of industry was quantum computing. And in the last couple of years, there's been an emergence, further technology development and productization of sensing, security, communication, so all other quantum technologies. And so a lot of the content that you're going to be exposed to in the next couple of days cover all of those areas. As with last year, the format of the conference is the same. During both of the morning sessions for today and tomorrow, everything is going to happen in this room. And then in the afternoon sessions, as you can see, we're breaking off into tracks. Something quite interesting is that in the middle of the day, Quanto Nation is hosting and organizing a pitch competition. So that happens at noon today. And then tomorrow evening, Quanto Nation is also hosting a really nice, elegant reception where the winners of this competition are going to be announced. So we hope to see you all there as well. Before I go any further, the main reason I wanted to talk was to thank all of the sponsors who have contributed generously, materially, and I guess spiritually to making this happen. And in particular, the anchor sponsors this year who are responsible for helping to finance all of the production and audiovisual, the catering, all the other infrastructure of the conference. So we have Pascal as our platinum sponsor and Systematic as our diamond sponsor. So these are really the core sponsors. So when you see them today out in the hallways during networking, please thank them. Now in addition, we have gold sponsors and showcase sponsors who are going to be giving talks, and they're also in the exhibition area, so please, again, thank them when you see them. We also have separate exhibitors who are doing exhibits only, and a few of them are also giving talks. And then in addition, the networking breaks are being hosted and sponsored by a couple of these groups, and the conference swag is also funded by a couple of other sponsors. I'd also like to thank our partners. So when you think about trying to spread the word throughout Europe really about Q2B, it's important that we can magnify the message, and we do that through these partners. So that's kind of the team that's put everything together. And if I could, I'd like to ask all of you to just give a quick hand to all these sponsors. So thanks very much. And before I turn this over, I just want to talk about the reason for deciding, when we decided where we wanted it to be in Europe as a company and to host the conference, we thought about where it would make the most sense. And we were actually drawn to France for a couple of reasons, and some of those are really highlighted here. So if you think at the French governmental level or the French national level, there's been, in the past 12 months, there's been almost 400 million euros that's been put into the ground into private sector startups, which is really a large amount considering the early stage of this technology area. And if you added up the market value, the kind of the private market valuations of those companies. It's over €1 billion at last count. So kind of collectively, this is already a unicorn status. And an interesting statistic is that if you consider all of the hardware sales worldwide, French companies account for almost 20% of that, so punching well above their weight. Taking it down to the BPI France level, BPI funds, as a governmental public investment bank, they put money directly into private sector companies, and last year that was 60 million, and that's growing on an annual basis, so that's really an anchor. BPI is really an anchor of the French technology ecosystem. Finally, if you broaden out from France into the EU, 30% of the jobs that have been created worldwide in quantum technologies have come from the European Union. Now, in addition, one final comment, we're in Paris today with you, but keep in mind that the Q2B conference series is global, so if you find yourself or are interested in trekking to Tokyo on July 24th and 25th, or to Santa Clara, to Silicon Valley, the anchor conference for that is held from the 5th to 7th of December.